I like it. I like it. Hey, boy, you did your thing there, boy. You did your thing there. Hey, that's what I'm talking. Hey, I didn't know you right there. That means you was acting your behind off. I didn't know who that was right there.
I'm dabbling a little bit. This is a big thing, because everybody knows, I got a recurring role on the soap opera General Hospital on ABC for many years, which I'm very, very proud of. Frank Valentini, Maurice Bernard, Laura Wright, Steve Burton. Props to all of y'all. Love y'all to death. But Law and Order, prime time, I am a Law and Order fanatic, particularly seasons 3 through 21. I've never missed an episode because Sam Waterston is one of my all-time favorite actors.
No doubt.
I thought he was phenomenal, and I love it. And when they called me to appear on Law and Order, I jumped at it, y'all. So it airs tonight. NBC. I'm very proud of it. I try. Listen, I'm not an actor. I tried. I did my best. And I hope when everybody sees it tonight that, they like it. Stephen A. on Law and Order, all I'm going to say is this. Most great actors have appeared on Law and Order. So, that's good. That's great, I'm just saying, who knows? I ain't giving up my day job. I'm not giving up my day job. Right. I have other things on my mind too. So I don't know which direction I'm gonna go in. But you got options. Hey, I don't mind touching it. I'm touching on Hollywood a little bit. I don't mind.
Yeah. I love it. I go back to Jerry Orbach. Dick Wolf, let's go. I love it. Stephen A., congrats.
Yeah, and just by the way, just a couple of days ago, I had the pleasure, I ain't going to tell y'all where because ain't none nobody's business, but I had the pleasure of running across the likes of Queen Latifah, Equalizer. She's doing a great job. And the phenomenal, the incomparable Leonardo DiCaprio. So I'm just saying it's like to see people that I admire and revere and then to run across them the very week that I'm going to be on Law and Order. That's called karma, baby. That's called karma right there.
It's iconic.
Who knows? Who knows?
It's like that gavel. Boom. All right, we'll be watching tonight. Once a minus 900 favorite to win the series, the Boston Celtics now sit at just minus 110 to win the series, which are the same odds that the Knicks currently have. See, Game 3 is Saturday at the Garden on ABC. But our friends over at TNT actually think that this Game 3 is a must-win for the Knicks, not the Celtics. Take a listen.
They're up 2 now for the Knicks. Don't get comfortable. It's a must-win for Boston, but it's also a must-win for Knicks. If you want to put serious pressure on the champs, Game 3 is a must for the Knicks.
30-17 in the fourth quarter. So
let me take that for a second. He is 100% correct. It's going to sound stupid. Game 3 is a must-win for the Knicks because if they get back, because Game 4, because Boston's got a better team. They've been up 20, but I'm telling you, been in that situation twice. You got to win that third game.
All right, Stephen A. Is Game 3 a must-win for the Knicks, or is Game 3 a must-win for the Celtics?
I'm going to say the Knicks. I'm going to say also it's breaking news that Charles Barkley and Shaq agree on something. It's very, very nice to see. I don't know why the hell Shaq sounding all hoarse and everything. We got to talk about that. I'm going to give him a call in a little while. I don't know why his voice was sounding like that, trying to be like Barry White or something. But the bottom line is that they do make a very, very valid point. Boston has overcome an 0-3 deficit before. They could do it again. The New York Knicks to be in this position, oh no. You can't go on the road, beat Boston in Boston twice, and then think that Game 3 is just blasé, passé, and we can afford to lose that. Can't do that. Gotta win.
I just think they got to get one. I think they just got to get 1, 3 or 4. To be honest, it's about being even keel. We hear that term so much, Peter, Stephen A. We hear that all the time, and it's not getting too high, not getting too low. And it would be easy for the Knicks right now to be on an all-time high. The city is lit up. You just won 2 games on the road against the defending champs after being down 20. But you heard Karl Anthony Towns' message in the locker room. He's been in that position before last year against the Nuggets, and they were up 2-0, and they lost 2 straight at home. So keeping that locker room level-headed, but I would say at worst, you want to split. And if you have to go back to Boston for a Game 5, you needed to beat 3-1.
Well, my concern is that if they lose Game 3, Boston will have momentum, and that's not good.
No doubt. I've got the Law & Order theme song in my head. It's probably the best. I still love it. Stephen A., we'll be watching tonight. We love it. What is the combo of George Pickens and Dak Prescott mean for the Cowboys? Mina Khan's going to join us with a take. It has to be her.
I sort of feel that way as well. Big Perk, I will start with you because I was the one who said before the series, you did too, but I was the one who was screaming and yelling before the series. People aren't giving the Knicks enough credit. They're not giving them any chance to win. I'm now the one yelling at all the Knicks fans, wait, slow down. The idea that this thing is over, it feels to me like it is far from that. I think Saturday will determine the series. How do you see Game 3, Big Perk, as far as the significance of it, bigger for the Knicks or for the Celtics?
Well, look, Shaq is not wrong. Here's the thing, right? We hear this term that says stay even kill, right? Never get too low, never get too high. And right now, it's easy for the Knicks to get high, right? You come back, you go on the road, you get 2 wins, down 20 against the defending champs. You're going back to New York. The city is fired up. It's going to be star-studded. The celebrity's going to be there. My boy Tracy Morgan, you know he going to be in the front row. Everything is in your favor, right? And you want to embrace it all. But the job is not done. So it was a great message by Karl Anthony Towns in that locker room last night after the game, because he's been in this moment before against the defending champs in the Denver Nuggets last year when he was up 0-2 and all of a sudden they laid the egg in Game 3. You want to keep that same even kill mindset and say, hey, we still got to go win between the lines. They are the defending champs. They're going to come out swinging, but we got to be able and be ready to throw some uppercuts and some overhand rights as well. I still believe this series is over. I think I know the Knicks are going to win this series. The Celtics definitely blew it, losing these first 2 at home.
I think it's important that you note that number at the bottom of the screen a moment ago. The Celtics are favored. They're a 5.5-point favorite in Game 3. And here's what I will say. I feel as though, and there is that number back there again, Cindy, great job. I feel, Alan, as though Game 3 will determine the series. If the Celtics win Game 3, I think they completely shift everything. I think all the pressure in the world then goes on the Knicks to defend home court in Game 4. My feeling, I make no secret of who I'm rooting for. I'm born and raised in this city. But I feel like Game 3, it will determine the series.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, first of all, you get a split, you're up 3-1, right? Really, the pressure is all on Boston. And, I understand what Shaq's saying. I don't understand this notion of, don't get comfortable. Who the hell's comfortable in this series?
Yeah, that's
Are you kidding me? There's no comfort at all in this series. Yeah. So there's no I can't imagine the Knicks are going to walk into the Garden on Saturday afternoon thinking oh, we got this. No, they have no history to have that kind of emotion. But what you're saying, I understand, is if the Knicks win Game 3, then they can really feel like we got this. If you lose it, it opens the door for the comeback that we saw Denver do last year to make that thing a longer series. But I still feel like 99% of the pressure is on Boston. They know it, they're going to feel it, and they're going to hear it in that building.
Yeah, I think the comfortable part of it just comes from desperation is the one most, it's something you can't replicate.
But think about what the Knicks want this so bad now because they can feel it and taste it. You start the series, right, Monica? Nobody's giving you a chance, and you're wondering if you have one. Now you're like, oh, no, we can get this. The door's open. We're taking this.
The one thing I will say, Greeny, to push back on your Game 3 scenario is the Knicks have done something that has never been done in terms of winning 5 road games, right? They've led for a total of 12 minutes out of the 101 minutes played. Even if, let's just say things hold, even if they were to give up 2 at the Garden, if they continue to win on the road, advantage Knicks.
I get it. I don't know. There's just something in this. Just the way I'm looking at it.
I know what you're doing.
Lord knows I'm almost always wrong.
I do get it. You're coping a little bit.
I keep my expectations in a reasonable place. Win-man, the mentality of both teams going back to New York.
I think what Shaq is doing there is a little bit of conventional thinking, and I don't think this series is conventional. I think if the Celtics have a good 3-point shooting game, the Knicks cannot beat them. I think if they have an average 3-point shooting game, they're going to beat them most of the time. What the Knicks have to do is win every game when the Celtics have a bad shooting game. That may happen in Game 3. That may happen in Game 7. So far, when the Celtics had a bad shooting game, the Knicks took them. If the Celtics are hot in Game 3, you can't worry about it. You can't let it shift your confidence. You have to wait for those opportunities. Full power. The Celtics are winning. They haven't been full power.
Final results of the poll on Twitter.
I'm beginning to question the full power.
Let's see. All right, so they pulled away. The Knicks pulled away and got a lot of votes at the end. This thing was dead even through most of the voting. And we've closed the poll now at ESPN Greeny on Twitter X. 57% believe the Knicks are going to win. And an interesting quirk on ESPN Bet right now, the Knicks are favored to win this series. The Celtics remain the favorite to win the East. All right, I'm sure Stephen A. will be very measured in his commentary as First Take follows us, and they're getting ready to come up next. I'm kidding, obviously.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các bạn nha. Mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn về kênh của mình và những video của mình cho các bạn biết được là kênh của mình làm video sáng tạo nội dung về chủ đề gì. Video của mình sẽ làm xuyên suốt về chủ đề cắt dán này, mình sẽ cắt dán những sản phẩm như thế này cho các bạn xem. Còn đây là những sản phẩm mình đã hoàn thiện rồi, sẽ giới thiệu sơ qua cho các bạn xem những sản phẩm của mình và cách của mình tạo ra những sản phẩm như thế nào. Và để tạo ra được những sản phẩm đa dạng màu sắc như thế này và như thế này thì mình sẽ cần những dụng cụ như sau. Những dụng cụ phụ bổ trợ như là đây là giấy thủ công màu các bạn. Trước mặt bên tay phải của mình đây là giấy thủ công màu, nó có đa dạng những màu sắc, để tạo ra những sản phẩm tuyệt đẹp cho các bạn xem. Đấy. Có giấy màu xanh dương này, giấy màu cam này các bạn này, giấy màu đỏ này, giấy màu vàng này, còn đây là giấy màu xanh lá cây. Đấy. Và trong quá trình tạo ra những sản phẩm của mình cần những dụng cụ như là bút dạ này, kéo cắt thì để dùng để cắt, bút dạ thì để dùng để tạo hình những sản phẩm. Còn đây là hồ dán các bạn ạ. Hồ dán thì mình sẽ dán những sản phẩm từ một chi tiết này sang chi tiết khác, từ màu sắc này sang màu sắc khác cho các bạn. Còn đây sau của mình đây là chiếc chân kẹp điện thoại này. Chân kẹp điện thoại thì phải có điện thoại. Còn đây là đèn hỗ trợ ánh sáng của mình các bạn ạ. Đèn hỗ trợ ánh sáng để giúp cho video của mình sáng hơn, để cho các bạn xem đẹp hơn. Cái nồi của mình đây, lò chiên đây, máy in. Trước mặt của mình rất nhiều sản phẩm. Và kênh của mình thì cũng đã đạt được nút bạc của YouTube rồi các bạn này. Sau nhiều năm nỗ lực của mình đã đạt được thành quả là chiếc nút bạc các bạn này. Đây là những sản phẩm tiêu biểu của mình rồi. Mình đã làm rất nhiều sản phẩm rồi. Que kem này, que kem đẹp. Con cá này các bạn này, các bạn thấy những sản phẩm của mình còn lưu trữ rất nhiều này. Đấy. Sau khi mình cắt dán xong sản phẩm này, mình sẽ đưa lên phần mềm